Welcome to Third Eye Weekly on Breakthrough Radio, brought to you by AT&T. I'm your host, Zach.
And I'm your host, Lisa Outs.
And it's Creativity Week here on BTR. We've got two great guests that we're featuring on this week's show that have everything to do with that innovative theme.
Yep, we'll be featuring an award-winning poet named Ellen Bass, who will be sharing with us a very interesting and beautiful poem about butchering chickens.
That's right. We're also going to be talking with Trinity de Guzman, who is the co-founder of the Ayahuasca Healings Retreat, which is, believe it or not, the first church in North America to allow ayahuasca rituals open to the public. And for those of you who don't know what ayahuasca is, it's a psychedelic compound that contains Schedule I drugs, so it's technically illegal in the United States. But because Native American churches have been using it as a religious sacrament for hundreds, if not thousands of years, it is allowed to be used in those conditions. But this retreat marks the first time that anyone in the public can go and partake in the ritual, so long as they pass the somewhat rigorous admissions process. Now, because this compound ayahuasca is extremely powerful, it's capable of allowing anyone to enter visionary states where they have to face their deepest, darkest fears. It's completely revelatory and oftentimes completely life-changing, so it's something that's not to be taken lightly, which is why this is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I kind of question the danger in bringing a drug like that into the general public without the religious context there anymore. Like, how are Westerners going to now take this drug and only be briefed on it really for a day or two? They have weekend retreats and really fully understand what's going on with that drug and not have very negative side effects from experiencing such a very violent sort of experience from ayahuasca.
It is a violent experience. Yeah. And I think that's a legitimate concern. This is a very potent, powerful experience. That being said, when Trinity talks with us, as you'll hear in our interview on this week's show, the experience is curtailed for a Western audience. The experience began for him in South America, where they have these kinds of retreats, but the Peruvian people, they have them in Peru, don't experience a lot of the same kinds of stresses that we do in the Western world. They don't have a lot of the day-to-day, commercial bombardments and desk job, 9-to-5 work. So it's a lot easier for them to just ease their way into an experience like that. Whereas for us, we really do need an initiation process and a kind of briefing of sorts, which the experience does strive to do in the time that you're there. But you're right, it is only a weekend. It's curtailed to the Western working man and woman who are working typically 9-to-5 jobs. So when you go to take this, you're going to only be there for Friday through Sunday, albeit in a really beautiful part of Washington, but still you only have a few days to really get into it. And again, that being said, I think the application process is rigorous enough to seed out the people that are just looking to get high or just looking to have a crazy experience, and those that are really seeking some sort of transformative life experience.
But even that, I feel weary that maybe some people will be going into this experience thinking that it's going to be eye-opening and revelatory, but really coming back into their work life and it being too sudden of a transition and not having enough time to really take in what's happening with ayahuasca in their body and the revelations that maybe they had. So, an ayahuasca church in every major city, near every major
city. Which is what Trinity's trying to do by 2032.
Yeah, I mean, that's really extreme. And I wonder if there's really enough of people who are interested in ayahuasca to do that.
It's a good point. I think only time will tell to see how much shamanism really does grow and take root in our country, because it's taken the back seat for many, many years. Yeah. And it's been mostly the stuff of mythology and lore. But hey, sometimes you just got to blow the doors off your third eye. Open that new perspective, which is what we'll be doing this week. So tune in for a great episode every Thursday at noon, brought to you by AT&T. I'm your host, Zach.
I'm Lisa.